Every single day, Americans crack open over 400 million servings of one drink. It fizzes, it sparkles, it vanishes in seconds. But almost nobody watching this right now has any idea what actually happens inside the walls of a Coca-Cola bottling plant, or how a secret formula locked away in an Atlanta vault becomes the exact same taste in every single can, whether you're drinking it in Alaska or Florida. What you're about to see involves chemistry, high-speed robotics, and a level of precision most people would never expect from a simple soft drink. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you will never look at that red can the same way again. It all starts not with soda, but with something far simpler: water. Millions of gallons of it pulled straight from municipal supplies and pumped directly into the plant every single day. But this water isn't ready for anything yet. It has to be treated, filtered, and stripped of minerals and impurities using sand filtration, carbon filtering systems, and, in many plants, reverse osmosis, until it becomes essentially pure. Why does this step matter so much? Because water makes up roughly 90% of every bottle of Coca-Cola. If the water isn't flawless, the entire batch is compromised before production has even truly begun. Once the water passes through rigorous quality checks, it moves toward the next stage. And this is where things start getting secretive. The concentrate, that famously guarded flavor base, doesn't get made at the bottling plant at all. It arrives from a completely separate concentrate manufacturing facility, transported under strict security. To this day, only a small handful of people on Earth know the complete original formula, and it's kept locked away, reportedly in a vault in Atlanta that tourists can actually visit, though they'll never see what's inside. At the bottling plant, workers don't handle raw secret ingredients directly. Instead, the concentrate is combined with sweetener and the freshly treated water inside massive stainless steel blending tanks, some large enough to hold thousands of gallons at once. Computer-controlled systems measure out precise ratios down to fractions of a percent, ensuring that every single batch, whether it's made this morning or 6 months from now, tastes exactly the same. But here's where things get really interesting. Before carbonation can even happen, this mixture has to be chilled down significantly, because cold liquid holds carbon dioxide far more effectively than warm liquid does. If the temperature drifts even slightly off target, the carbonation process won't behave the way engineers need it to, and the entire batch could end up flat or unstable. Now comes the part most people picture the moment they think about soda production: carbonation. The chilled syrup mixture is injected with pressurized carbon dioxide gas inside specialized equipment called a carbonator, forcing CO2 molecules to dissolve into the liquid under intense pressure. This is what creates that sharp, satisfying fizz the instant you crack open a can. Too much pressure, and cans risk bursting under stress. Too little, and the drink loses its signature bite before it even leaves the factory. Engineers monitor pressure levels constantly using automated sensors, because getting carbonation exactly right is one of the most delicate balancing acts in the entire process. While all of this is happening, an entirely separate operation is racing along another part of the factory floor, and it's just as fascinating. This is the container line. For aluminum cans, massive rolls of thin aluminum sheet are fed into forming machines that shape, trim, and clean each can at blistering speed, preparing them to be filled within moments. For plastic bottles, the process looks almost like science fiction. Small, thick, test tube-shaped pieces of plastic, called preforms, are heated until soft and pliable, then blown up using high-pressure air inside a metal mold, instantly stretching and taking the exact shape of the bottle sitting on your store shelf. This is the step most people never get to see, and remarkably, It happens in just a couple of seconds per bottle. Now the two paths finally converge. The freshly carbonated drink is pumped directly into ultra-high-speed filling machines, where cans and bottles move so fast on the line that they blur on camera, sometimes filling and sealing well over 1,000 containers every single minute. Precision sensors verify that every container receives exactly the right fill level, because even a small inconsistency here would be immediately noticeable to customers picking it up off a shelf. But the real magic happens here, in quality control. Cameras and automated sensors inspect nearly every single container that passes through the line, checking seal integrity, fill levels, and scanning for any sign of contamination. On top of that, random samples are pulled continuously and tested inside on-site laboratories, where technicians measure sweetness, carbonation levels, and flavor consistency against Coca-Cola's exact global standards. This obsessive testing is the real reason a can made in one city tastes absolutely identical to one made 1,000 miles away. Once containers pass every checkpoint, they're rushed toward labeling and date coding machines, which wrap them in branding and stamp production and expiration codes in the blink of an eye. From there, they're grouped, packed, and shrink-wrapped into cases and trays by robotic packaging arms working in perfect, almost hypnotic rhythm, while human line workers oversee the process, ready to catch anything automation might miss. What happens next might surprise you. Even after all that automation, the journey isn't over. Pallets stacked high with finished product are moved using forklifts and automated guided vehicles, staged carefully inside massive warehouses that can hold enormous volumes of inventory at any given moment. Refrigerated and standard trucks line up at loading docks around the clock, ready to distribute these drinks to grocery stores, vending machines, restaurants, and gas stations across the entire country. In many cases, a can that was empty aluminum just days earlier can be sitting on a store shelf or in your hand within a remarkably short window of time. And it's worth pausing here to appreciate just how much coordination this entire system demands. Multiple production lines running in parallel, hundreds of sensors making split-second decisions, human workers monitoring machines that never stop moving, and an entire supply chain built around one unbreakable rule: consistency. Whether that can was filled in the middle of summer or the dead of winter, the goal is always the same: to make sure it tastes exactly like the last one you had. What started as plain, ordinary water was transformed through precise engineering, careful chemistry, high-speed automation, and relentless quality control into one of the most recognizable beverages on the planet. Every single can you've ever opened traveled through this exact kind of extraordinary journey. A journey involving vaults, secret formulas, blistering machinery, and human hands working in perfect sync. All so that one small, ordinary moment, the sound of a can cracking open, could feel exactly the same every single time. If this video pulled back the curtain on something you never knew about the everyday products around you, make sure to like this video. Drop a comment letting me know which factory or product you want to see explored next, and subscribe for more incredible manufacturing journeys just like this one.